Ever wondered who are the best players from each franchise? A lot of people have, and there are definitely a lot of debates that come with it. Some franchises' best players are easier to distinguish than others. So let's go through all 30 NBA franchises and decide once and for all who's on top. Keep watching to find out. Atlanta Hawks, Dominic Williams. This one comes down to whether or not you were alive in the 50s and 60s. If you were, you might be screaming Bob Pettit right now. The human highlight reel went on to average 26 points a game over 12 years for the Atlanta franchise. Williams was able to win a scoring title and help take the Hawks to the playoffs 8 times. He also beat Michael Jordan in a dunk contest, so he has that going for him as well. Boston Celtics, Bill Russell. The Boston franchise has a bevy of talented players to pick from, but it really comes down to 2 names, Russell or Larry Bird. This one is pretty tight and there are no hard feelings if you pick Bird. Russell gets the nod here for the higher title count. In 13 seasons as a Celtic, Russell managed to win 11 championships. A lot of those over Wilt Chamberlain, who some consider one of the best to do it. When Russell left the game in 1969, many thought of him as the GOAT. Brooklyn Nets, Jason Kidd. This one really is a no-brainer. Kidd leads the Nets in all-time assists and steals. He was able to average 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists over his 7 seasons as a Net. He was even able to lead them to back-to-back NBA final appearances. Charlotte Hornets, Kemba Walker. The Hornets do not have a rich history of winning. This is proven by the fact that their franchise's best player is a current NBA player. He also now plays for a different team. Kemba is also the leader in all-time points for this franchise. Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. You were probably wondering where this was going, right? What more is there to say about the best to ever do it? A 6-time champ and finals MVP. When people think of basketball, they think of Mike. This selection was that much easier after this summer's Last Dance documentary. Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James. Another easy one. Isn't it poetic that LeBron is the next name on this list right after Jordan? For years to come, people will be debating whether James or Jordan is the GOAT. While LeBron may have scorned Cleveland when he left for Miami, he more than made up for it by winning Cleveland's lone championship and doing so by coming back down from 3-1. Dallas Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki. These have been some easy layups here. Dirk may be the greatest foreign player of all time, and he is definitely the greatest Maverick. Everyone remembers what he did back in 2011 when he beat the stacked Miami Heat to bring Dallas its only championship. He also won a league MVP in 2007 and is in the top NBA scoring of all time. Denver Nuggets, Carmelo Anthony. Maybe this one brings in the uncertainty, but Melo deserves it. There may be other names like Alex English, but let's be real here. When someone brings up the Denver Nuggets, the first player most people will think of is Melo. While Melo has not been able to bring home a title, his name still holds water throughout NBA fans. Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. The babyface assassin point guard of the bad boy Pistons wins out here. Thomas is the all-time leader in points, assists, and steals. He's a Hall of Famer who made it to 12 all-time appearances. He's a 2-time champ and a Finals MVP. Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry. This one may be controversial as some may go with Wilt, but Steph is a 3-time champ and has absolutely revolutionized the game of basketball. Thanks to him, we now have kids legitimately practicing half-court shots. Houston Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon. The Dream brought the Rockets to back-to-back titles in the mid-90s. Hakeem is an NBA MVP and a 2-times Finals MVP. He leads the league in all-time points scored while leading the Rockets in points, rebounds, blocks, and steals. He was one of the best defensive players ever and created the unstoppable skyhook. Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller. Miller will always be remembered as one of the most clutch players in NBA history. He has scored over 25,000 points in 18 seasons with the Pacers and will go down as one of the best scorers to do it. Los Angeles Clippers, Kawhi Leonard. This one might create anger, but isn't wrong. By the time he is done with the Clippers, will there really be any other player to think of when it comes to this team? He and Paul George make the Clippers the most dangerous team in franchise history. Finally, Clip City has someone who can deliver a ring. Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant. Just like the Celtics, there are so many to choose from, but this one goes to the Black Mamba. A 5-times champ, a clutch performer, and the closest thing fans have ever seen to MJ. Some could have gone with Magic, Shaq, or Kareem, but Kobe gets a nod here. Gone too soon. Memphis Grizzlies, Marc Gasol. Gasol leads the franchise in points, rebounds, and blocks. Gasol also won Defensive Player of the Year and made it to 3 All-Star games. The only other option here is Mike Conley, but he just does not match up with Gasol. Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade. This one was a slam dunk. Wade is a 3-time NBA champion, 13-time All-Star, and one of the most unstoppable scorers in the game when he was healthy. Milwaukee Bucks, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Another easy layup for this franchise. While the Greek Freak may be all the talk these days, he still doesn't even hold up when it comes to Kareem. He won 3 NBA awards in 6 seasons with the Bucks. Plus, he delivered the franchise's only title in 1971. Minnesota Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett. This one ain't even close. He leads the Timberwolves in games, minutes, points, steals, assists, rebounds, blocks, and free throws. He made 10 All-Stars with his franchise. New Orleans Pelicans, Anthony Davis. Yes, he is a Laker now, but that doesn't even matter. AD is by far the best thing to happen to the Pelicans. He was a force with them, and he is showing us all now what he could have done if someone given the chance to play with him. New York Knicks, Patrick Ewing. Some here may go with Walt Frazier because he actually won with the Knicks, but here it is. Ewing's time, because when people think of the Knicks, they think of him. They are synonymous with one another. Oklahoma City Thunder, Kevin Durant. Yes, he left them to create a juggernaut in Golden State, but by pure talent alone, KD is by far the most talented player to ever wear either an OKC or a Seattle jersey. He has his haters, but they need to get over it. Orlando Magic, Dwight Howard. This was a tough one. There are many great players that played in Orlando, but when you think of them, you think of other franchises they played for. When it comes to Dwight, you always think of his Superman dunk wearing that Orlando jersey. Philadelphia 76ers, Allen Iverson. Some may think this belongs to Dr. J, but anyone who lives in Philadelphia will tell you how much AI means to the franchise and the city. He won the league MVP and was the only team to beat Shaq and Kobe in 2001. Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash. Nash is one of 11 players in history to win back-to-back MVP awards, heading up a high-flying offense as a league assist leader 5 times. As a Sun, Nash shot 50% from the field, 44% from downtown, and 91% from the free throw line, nearly joining the 50-40-90 club for his career in Phoenix. Portland Trailblazers, Clyde Drexler. Drexler was an 8-time All-Star for the Trailblazers, and he leads the team all-time in points, free throws, steals, and offensive rebounds. A well-rounded player that averaged 21 points, 6 boards, 6 assists, and 2 steals a game for Portland. Sacramento Kings, Oscar Robinson. Robinson is surely the greatest player in franchise history, even if he did it all for the Cincinnati Royals. He nearly averaged a triple-double as a rookie, then upped his game and did it his sophomore season. 2 years later, he won the MVP, and he averaged 29 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds in his decade with the Royals. San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan. He was the cornerstone of the Spurs dynasty that won 5 NBA championships, and he was Finals MVP for 3 of them, adding 2 season MVP awards as well. He also made 15 All-Star appearances and made the All-Defensive team 15 times as well. Toronto Raptors, Kyle Lowry. This was cemented the moment he helped bring the first ever championship to the city of Toronto. Yes, Kawhi played a huge part in that, but with the career numbers he put up in Toronto, Lowry deserves this spot. Utah Jazz, Karl Malone. Mailman averaged 25 points and 10 rebounds a game over 18 years in the Jazz, and that is incredible production and longevity. He gets a nod here because he couldn't have done it without an assist or several thousand from Stockton, so while Malone gets the nod, Stockton deserves some love as well. Washington Wizards, Wes Unseld. Unseld played his entire career for the Washington franchise. He led the Bullets to the NBA Finals 4 times in the 70s and helped Washington win its own NBA championship in 1978, in which he was named the final MVP. Well, there it is. Hope you guys enjoy it. This is our list. Comment below and tell us which picks you agreed with and which were completely wrong. Until next time.